You leave the room feeling tired, even though nothing bad happened. The conversation was fine. The people were kind. You laughed at the right moments. You were present. And yet, on the way home, your energy feels completely gone. You replay small moments in your head. Did I talk too much there? Was that joke awkward? Did I respond fast enough? Did I sound interested enough? What confuses you is this: you actually like these people. So, why do you feel like you've run a marathon after simply being around them? It looks like social exhaustion. But it's not about people at all. It's about what your mind is doing while you're with them. If this feels familiar, you're not broken. You're not antisocial. And you're not too sensitive. Your brain is just working overtime in places most people don't even notice. And once you see why, the exhaustion starts to make sense. For a lot of people, socializing is relaxing because it's passive. They show up, they talk, they exist. But for you, socializing is active. Your mind doesn't turn off when you're with others. It turns on. You're listening to the words, but you're also reading tone. You're watching facial expressions. You're tracking pauses. You're adjusting your energy in real time. You're not just in the interaction, you're managing it. That kind of awareness is quiet, invisible, and incredibly draining. And it often starts early. If, at some point in your life, being socially off led to discomfort, rejection, tension, or unpredictability, your brain learned something important. Staying emotionally alert keeps you safe. So now, even in relaxed settings, your nervous system doesn't fully settle. It stays slightly elevated, not anxious. Just on. Think about how you feel alone at home. Your shoulders drop, your breathing slows, your face relaxes. Now compare that to how you feel in a group, even a friendly one. Your posture shifts, your expressions become intentional, your timing becomes careful. That difference is the key. Your mind is monitoring, not resting. This is especially common for people who grew up needing to read the room. Homes where moods changed quickly. Environments where emotional safety depended on awareness. Situations where being tuned in mattered. Over time, that skill became automatic. You don't consciously decide to do it. It just happens. And skills that protect us early in life don't disappear just because life becomes safer. They stay. They adapt. So when you socialize now, your brain treats it less like leisure and more like a task requiring focus. Not because you're uncomfortable, but because your system hasn't learned how to fully power down around others. There's another layer to this too. You don't just monitor others. You monitor yourself, your tone, your reactions, your level of enthusiasm, your silence. You're subtly checking. Am I being too much? Am I being too little? Am I matching the moment? This isn't insecurity in the dramatic sense. It's internal calibration. And calibration costs energy. It's like driving a car while constantly adjusting the steering wheel by millimeters. You'll stay in your lane, but you'll be exhausted by the end. This is why the exhaustion hits after the interaction, not during. While you're there, your system is in performance mode. It holds. Once you're alone, the system finally releases. And that release feels like emptiness, heaviness, or the sudden need for silence. This doesn't mean you didn't enjoy the interaction. It means you were present in a very specific way. A way that requires attention. A way that prioritizes emotional safety. And here's where it gets interesting. Many people who feel drained after socializing are actually deeply empathetic. They pick up on micro shifts. They sense emotional undercurrents. They notice what isn't said. That sensitivity makes them thoughtful friends. Good listeners. Safe people. But sensitivity without rest becomes fatigue. Your brain isn't overwhelmed by people. It's overwhelmed by processing, by the constant interpretation of signals. And the brain, when it senses complexity, stays alert. It doesn't matter if the complexity is emotional instead of physical. Energy is still spent. This is why one-on-one conversations may feel easier than group settings. Fewer variables, more predictability. It's also why you may feel fine during short interactions, but drained after longer ones. Sustained awareness accumulates. Now, halfway through this, there's something important most people never hear. The exhaustion isn't a flaw. It's evidence of regulation. Your brain is actively maintaining balance, preventing overwhelm, keeping things smooth. Think of it like a background app that never closes. It uses battery, but it's there to prevent crashes. That's why being alone feels so restorative. It's not loneliness. It's relief. When you're alone, your system doesn't need to monitor. There are no emotional signals to track, no expectations to adjust to. You return to baseline. This can create a confusing identity loop. You like people. You enjoy connection, but you also crave solitude deeply. It can make you wonder if you're inconsistent. You're not. You're just someone whose nervous system resets through quiet. As life changes, this experience often changes too. In younger years, the exhaustion might feel sharper. Social identity feels more fragile then. Belonging feels more urgent. Your brain watches closely because stakes feel high. As you get older, the same behavior may soften. You still get tired, but there's less self-questioning attached. The monitoring shifts from "am I okay?" to "this is just how I am." The behavior evolves, even if it doesn't disappear. Because it was never about fear. It was about care. Care for harmony. Care for connection. Care for emotional safety. And your brain learned that care requires attention. There's a quiet comfort in solitude that people like you feel more strongly than most. Being alone isn't emptiness. It's a familiar room. A place where your mind doesn't have to scan. It's like taking off a heavy coat you didn't realize you were wearing. Not because the world is hostile, but because being on all the time is heavy. So if you've ever felt guilty for needing space after socializing, know this. Your need for rest isn't avoidance. It's regulation. Your exhaustion isn't weakness. It's the cost of awareness. And your preference for quiet isn't disconnection. It's where your system feels safe enough to breathe. Some people recharge through stimulation. Others recharge through stillness. Neither is better. Neither is broken. If you feel drained after socializing, even with people you love, it doesn't mean something went wrong. It means your mind was doing what it learned to do very well. Holding things together. Staying attentive. Protecting emotional balance. And when it's over, it finally lets go. There's nothing to fix here, just something to understand. And understanding replaces shame with softness, which, for a mind like yours, is often all it needs.